River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Pardon me while I get that one last little sip before we go live here on Coffee with Krueger. How you doing? It's Friday. So glad you all could join us this morning. It is going to be a, not a bad weekend. We're kind of on the tail end of what we've been experiencing the last few days. You think of the colder air that's moved on in, temperatures struggled to get out of the 40s yesterday for many of us. It just turned out to be a pretty cold day. In fact, nothing in our area, but down in the Sacramento region, they had what's known as the coldest daytime high on record for that day yesterday. So it was pretty cold. And of course, the cold air translated to low snow levels. Now, we may recall at a certain point I said, hey, snow levels between 1,500, maybe as low as 1,500 feet. Yesterday, reports in Magalia seeing some snow, even around the Paradise area, seeing a bit of that mix out there as well. And of course, many other mountain communities seeing some of that snow as well. Love to hear some of your reports. I was a little disappointed I didn't get any snow pictures from those of you who may live in some of those mountain communities. I want you to remember, and we're going to get into that here. We're going to take a look at, I want you to remember that I have a free Weather NorCal app that I want you to check out. It's a free app, and you can share your photos from that app. Now, the cool thing is, this is the best way to share because it goes right into my weather computer, and I can have access to those within seconds from when you actually press that send button. So I would love for you to send me your photos when there are weather events, snow, thunderstorms, or even just a beautiful picture nonetheless, or any way you look at it. But I want you to do that for me. I really appreciate it. I love it when you send out those photos, and it's a great way for you to share what's going on in your neighborhood as well. What's anybody doing out there this weekend? I know that there are some events going on, and the thing is, I wish I could make a list. The thing is, you reach this level where you're like, okay, how can I get all this information out? But what I found here is a website called chooseredding.com. So we're just going to start with Redding. And of course, if you are watching and you know of an event in your area, maybe outside of Redding, if you live in Chico or Eureka or wherever, put it in the comments section there, and we'll get the information out to everybody. But there you can see, this is what is going on here for today. This is the Bakersville Sherlock Holmes mystery. Now, that's going on at the Axiom Theater tonight at 7:30. And then, of course, Sunday at 2 p.m. We got the Bigfoot Adventure Challenge. That starts today and goes until May 31st. So the Bigfoot Adventure is just an opportunity for you, and it's the city's way of challenging you, if you will, to get out and exercise on your bike or go for a walk or for a hike or for a run. And I think you can win prizes depending on how many of these hikes that you go on. And of course, Wind River, our big sponsor there, right, for Coffee with Krueger, they've got their event going on tonight from Edwin McCain concert tonight at 7:30. That is, of course, that is today, this evening. There you can see First Fridays. You've got with First Fridays Shasta, Glowing Wild. Look at all the dates in there, right? So this is obviously going on through the end of May. And of course, this is the glowing display. This has been kind of the big news out of Turtle Bay. They've had those glowing events. You saw some images from one of our viewers yesterday, sharing something actually earlier this week from that event. And of course, all kinds of other great things going on. So what do you have going on? What are you doing this weekend? What's everybody doing? There's things going on this weekend. It's going to be better. It's still going to be cool out there today and tomorrow, and maybe even a chance for a few showers here and there, but certainly not to the extent of what we've seen here over the last several days. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the chat now. I'm here asking everybody these questions. I don't even have the chat open. So let me go ahead and refresh that. Take a cup of coffee while it refreshes. What's everybody drinking this morning? Everybody having a good Friday morning? All right. So there you go. Well, tell you what. Let's take you into the radar, because of course we've been dealing with that rain over Northern California last night, and not to mention early this morning as well. There's a loop from last night. Now, there was some snow, and still has been some snow this morning, especially in the Sierra. But, of course, we saw some of that, as I mentioned, around Magalia, Paradise area. Of course, not to mention many of the other mountain communities, especially east of I-5 is where we saw the biggest impact. Around Shingletown, I know, saw some snow, a good amount of snow, actually. And then, of course, as you head northward, we didn't quite see as much. In fact, here's interesting. Take a look at the rain totals the last 24 hours. If you go Redding northward, not much. Quite honestly, I was expecting a lot of that rain to make its way to Redding and get a lot more than only a 12/100ths of an inch of rainfall, that is. I was expecting a lot more than that for Redding, honestly. All right, I know it's a bust forecast. I was expecting more rain, and I'm sure many of you, if you were watching my forecast, are going, well, where's all that rain Mike was talking about? Well, it stayed to the south. That's essentially what happened. That area of low pressure, it just didn't transport that moisture as far north as anticipated. So Mount Shasta, Trinity Center, Etna, Wairika did see a light shower, but not much. Even Alturas, not much there either. But look at the coast. Not much going on there either yesterday. You have to head down to southern Humboldt, which wasn't even that impressive. Less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall there. But look at Red Bluff, look at Corning, look at Chico, 1/2 inch to over 3/4 of an inch. Not as much for Oroville, but that's kind of where the bullseye was yesterday, and not to mention even going into last night. Shingletown, 8,700s, but of course, a lot of that was in the form of snow in some areas. Take a look at this. We still have a winter storm warning in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. Honestly, that will probably be allowed to expire before then. We're just not going to see much more snow in that area. I do think Plumas County, though, eastern Plumas County in particular, could be looking at some more snow here later on this morning and afternoon. Speaking of snow and impacts on travel, look at that. Plenty of chain requirements to speak of. This mainly east of I-5, but it goes all the way up to Cedar Pass on Highway 299 between Alturas and Cedarville. And we look at Dunsmuir, I-5 at 89, looks pretty good there. There's Snowman Summit, looks pretty good there as well. So no major issues there. We head out to west of I-5 on Highway 299. Buckhorn Summit, or this is just below Buckhorn Summit at 2,600 feet. No snow up there. Oregon Mountain, there's actually a little bit of fog. So there may be some patchy fog in some areas here this morning in Trinity County. There you can see Berry Summit turning out to be gorgeous, clear skies. Hatchet Mountain, there was some snow out there earlier this morning. That has since then stopped, but it looks a little icy out there. There's Highway 299 at 89 on those four corners. There's Cedar Pass. And again, it looks like Caltrans doing a pretty good job clearing out those roadways. This is Shingletown, and yes, you got to see some snow up there. I got a report of, upwards of about, 4 to 6 inches of snow in some parts of Shingletown. So definitely an impressive amount of snow up there, and that, of course, has created some problems. You can still see some of that slush on the highway there. Lassen Park, that's the north entrance on Highway 44. There you can see the snow there. And Bogard Ranger Station, it was actually looking worse on the road there, so conditions have improved up there as well, but that big dense cloud up to the distance there might be impacting them a little bit later. There's a look at Chester on the left side of your screen, just outside of Chester at 4,500 feet. It's looking pretty icy there. There's Johnson Grade, there's Fruit Summit. You get the idea. That's not where you want to be driving right now, and if you are, you're going to need your chains. Look at that car on East Riverside in Susanville, southeast Susanville, snow covered on that truck there driving through the intersection. There's Town Hill, looks like it's clear there, but look at Highway 36 at the intersection of Highway 44. Looks a little icy there as well. So again, the conditions are not that great east of I-5 this morning, but elsewhere north on I-5, west of I-5, conditions are okay. There's Main Street Chico, just some leftover wet roadways, but as of right now, things are dry over you. Take a look at Highway 99 at Neal Road. Looks like conditions are pretty dry there as well, but that was not the case yesterday and last night. Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive and Redding, looks like we are seeing, of course, the dry conditions there as well. All right, let's go and take a look at Crescent City Harbor District. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely a gorgeous morning. We just got some clouds off in the distance. And of course, when you look off in the distance over the ocean to the west, there are showers there. And some of those may eventually make their way into the north coast here this morning and this afternoon as well. So we've got the scattered showers in the forecast. Let's take you out to, this is north of Trinidad at Elk Country. Starting off with some clear skies there as well. So along the coast, things are not looking all that bad. Not much in the way of rain at this point. Now we take out to Lake Oroville, North Forebay. The winds are blowing a little bit, as you can see here. Looks like that the winds and the trees, that is, are kind of blowing a little bit in the wind, and water is getting a little choppy out there, but not too bad as far as those winds are concerned, and overcast skies. Now, it's cold this morning. If you saw my post on Facebook, I was mentioning we'd probably drop down to the upper 30s in many cases, and it looks like that's the case. Redding at the airport, about 40 degrees. There could be some select spots in Redding that maybe are in the upper 30s. 38 degrees for Red Bluff, 39 in Chico, 43 for Oroville and Willows. You're looking at about Willows, 39 degrees. There you can see 30 in Susanville, 27 degrees in Alturas, and there's the low to mid 30s right now out along the coast. All right, there you can see, of course, the area of low pressure spinning now to our south and east. Now, that was off the coast yesterday, and it's kind of been moving eastward overnight. So as it does that, we're going to start to see, especially from west to east, improving conditions. However, you see all those speckled clouds? That's cold and unstable air. And that's going to be bringing us a chance for some showers here as we clear things out here this morning. Here's what it looks like out there today for your neighborhood forecast. At a glance, isolated showers for the valley, Trinity County. Everyone has that chance for isolated activity with snow levels on average probably somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. Here's a look at Futurecast. Yeah, so what we're looking at here is still a little bit of snow as we go this morning. You can see the snow flurries developing in the eastern mountains in even parts of southern Siskiyou County. But it's dry in the valley, but the coast, seeing some of those showers kicking in from the west. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is when you have the dry conditions and the clear skies in the valley with this cold and unstable air aloft, that helps to destabilize the atmosphere. So we'll get some heating during the day. Even though it's cold, we still get that daytime heating, and that can produce some showers later on this afternoon. As you can see there through the afternoon, showers, maybe, and I stress the word maybe, an isolated thunderstorm, but mainly just the showers, and still snow off in some of the higher elevations between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. Then by tonight, even the snow is pretty much gone. So we'll be looking at drier conditions here going into tonight. So today's winter storm impacts, boy, this just actually updated. We're in that limited range because we're just not going to see much. Now, as we go into tonight, there's going to be another weak disturbance coming in. That could create some problems over the higher mountain passes. So Bogart Ranger Station, for example, east of I-5, could be looking at some issues there with more chain requirements, maybe even on into your Sunday as well, because that will, of course, linger on into Sunday morning. So here's what it looks like today with your neighborhood forecast. Temperatures still cool. Still looking at a chance for a few isolated snow flurries out there, mainly above 2,500 feet. Below that, Weaverville, Hayfork, most likely in the form of rain today. There you can see in southern Trinity County, they're of course looking at temperatures still cool in the low to mid 40s, although Hayfork about 50. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast in southern Humboldt County, there you can see isolated showers today, tomorrow. I think will be dry on Sunday for southern Humboldt County. As we take you up north, though, I think Sunday there could be some isolated showers. So central, northern Humboldt County, even Del Norte County on Sunday, seeing some of those showers as well. Again, it's very isolated in nature, mostly dry. I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans, especially throughout the weekend. 52 degrees out in McKinleyville, 52 degrees for Blue Lake, and there you can see 55 degrees in Willow Creek today. There's 50 in Klamath, 47 degrees for Gas Key, and there's a look at Smith River at about 54. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, we've got those temperatures along Highway 96 in the low to mid 50s, cooler on the I-5 corridor in the upper 40s for those daytime highs. Let's take you out to Scott Valley, where temperatures there should generally be in the mid 40s. I think it'll be mainly dry on Sunday with a chance for a few showers today, and then again, especially Saturday evening, Saturday night. There's a look at Mount Shasta, and of course your central eastern Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures there will be in the low to mid 40s. And for your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, mainly low 40s, places like Ayden and Cedarville, the cooler spots in the upper 30s today. And in the eastern mountains, we're talking 30s and 40s. I think we should be looking at mainly dry conditions on Saturday for Bernie, but then maybe a chance for another snow flurry or two. Shower, really, for Bernie, actually, on Sunday. There you can see, of course, same kind of conditions there. We could see some snow flurries today in Lassen Park in Chester, and then again on Sunday. I think Saturday, a bit of a break from any of that wet weather for the eastern mountains. At 39 degrees in Mineral, 48 degrees in Paradise. Now, again, the chance for isolated showers today, maybe tomorrow, especially in the evening and overnight on Saturday for Paradise. But then eastward, east of that should be dry for most of Saturday. There's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractors. And there you see temperatures in the upper 50s. So yes, it is warmer today than it was yesterday, but it's still cool and still below normal for this time of the year with temperatures in the upper 50s. Now some isolated showers. And then I think we'll be dry through most of the day on Saturday. Then Saturday, late Saturday afternoon, evening, we're going to see a disturbance pass through. That'll bring us some showers Saturday evening, Saturday night. And then, of course, on Sunday, it dries out entirely. 52 degrees in Whiskeytown, 56 for the city of Shasta Lake, and 58 degrees in Cottonwood, Palisadro. About 57. And there's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Isolated showers today. And as I mentioned, maybe an off chance for a thunderstorm, but I wouldn't count on it. And then Saturday, as I mentioned, will be dry. But late in the day, there's going to be disturbance passing through. So through the afternoon on the coast, you're seeing the showers as that disturbance passes through. By late in the day Saturday, yes, some of those showers coming in. And of course, we'll take a closer look at that on Futurecast coming up in a little bit as we look at more deeper dive forecast. But look at those temperatures next week. Oh, it's gorgeous. 80 degrees on Tuesday. Thursday, temperature of about 82 degrees. Oh, man. Well, good morning, everyone. It is 6:46 on this Friday. So glad you could join us on Coffee with Krueger. I'm going to check in with everybody, see how you're doing this morning. We got Stephen from Durham. 7 miles west of Red Bluff. Coffee is a brewing. Well, that's good. You got to make sure that if you're going to watch Coffee with Krueger, that you get your warm beverage. It's against the law to not have your coffee with me in the morning. Yeah, it's true. And Google it. Is it against the law to watch Coffee with Krueger without your coffee? No, of course not. Yeah, having a little fun there. Woke up to white everywhere in Bernie. Wow. All right. Cool. Dark and gray skies. Only about an inch, though. All right. Thank you, Shauna, for that report. I appreciate those reports. And Shauna, if you have my app, which I'm hoping you do, Shauna, remember in the future, you don't have to now. It's too late. No, it's not too late. It's never too late. You can always send a picture in whenever you want. But if you think about it, send me a picture through the app. And then that way, when we wake up in the morning, you can share your experience with everybody else. Hey, look what I woke up to this morning. Send it to me and I'll get that. I'll share it. Morning set a pick via app 8 to 10 in Macomber area. Well, let me check. Let me check to see if it came down. And I wish. Oh, look at that! Look at all these photos that came in. Oh, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to figure out a way. I'm gonna talk to my friends over there. Oh, look at this. You're looking at me reacting. You know, it's the latest thing on social media now, where you watch people reacting to videos. Right now, you're watching me react. Is that what's going on? Is it? I guess that's what's on right now. Yeah. You're watching me react to your photos. So yeah, I'm looking at a photo from Shingletown. Thank you. I'm looking at a photo from Casey in Shingletown, 3,600 feet. Look at that. Wow. Here I am reacting again. That's like 6, 8 inches of snow, 3,600 feet. I mean, just based on what I'm seeing on, I mean, that's not an official. Well, yeah, look at that. So this is Lake Macomber, 10 inches of fresh snow. Thank you, Sean, for sending in that image and giving that information. And this is also Lake Macomber from Kelly Smith, 2 to 4 inches, depending on where you stand in the morning. So yeah, it depends on where you were in Lake Macomber, right? I got a report of 10 inches and then another one that's 2 to 4 inches. So thank you all for sending those images in. Boy, that bums me out that I can't share those with you right now because I want you to see that. But we did in the Shingletown area, Lake Macomber, Bernie snow. How cool is that? And of course, as I mentioned earlier, that there was some snow in places like, or near, I'm not exactly 100% confident that there was some in Paradise. There may have been, but I do know that Magalia saw some snow this last night and early this morning. Have family driving in from Idaho. They made it to Reno last night. Blizzard conditions most of the way. Boy, I'm hoping they made it safely, but they will be dealing with probably chain requirements. Let's see here, Reno. Yeah, from Reno to here, they're going to be dealing with a little bit more in just kind of the leftover stuff, but there will be some snow flurries through the day. So let them know that they just need to take it slow and that they could be watching. They could watch. 35 degrees here at west of Red Bull. Cold, Curtis. Wow, okay, yeah. I mean, I was expecting upper 30s, but not mid-30s. Pretty cool there. Good morning, Shelly. Watching from Weaverville. A light dusting here. Oh, cool. Thank you for the report, Shelly. And Shelly, where's your photo? I didn't see it when I was looking at it. I'm just kidding. I'm not, no pressure. Why is it called a winter storm warning when we're spring? That's a good question. Should it be called a spring warning, spring storm warning? That's just, I mean, I'm sure you're joking. Yes, curious. Minds want to know. Yes, you're laughing. It's an LOL. It's a joke. And of course, technically because it is a winter type storm, right? Snow is associated with winter, so they call it winter storm warning. And of course, when you see winter storm warning, oh, snow, right? At 2,900 feet just below Shingletown, 4 to 6 inches of snow. Thank you for the report, Lisa. I appreciate that. You know, that's the interesting thing about Shingletown is, you know, it can go anywhere from about 2,000 feet upwards to over 4,000 feet. So you're going to see varying amounts for Shingletown, right? Because lower Shingletown is most likely going to see less snow as opposed to upper Shingletown, where you have higher elevations and typically you see more snow in those higher elevations. So thank you all for those reports. I love getting those reports in there. It's always nice to know what's going on everywhere, right? I want to know. I mean, I can forecast all I want what's going on with the weather over there, right? But you, by sending in your photos, by commenting in here and telling me what's going on with you and what's going on in your neighborhood, in your backyard, we can share that information and people can know. Because it's just interesting, right? Because we obviously don't see anything here in Redding as I look out the window. I'm going to keep that open. But yeah, I mean, so it's great, and I appreciate that. All right, let's get to this because, as you know, Friday is our Pet of the Week day. So we are going to meet. I already forgot the dog's name. It was one of those unique names. So let's get you right to it. Here is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. This is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. We have got Katrina from Haven Humane Society. We have got kind of a cool name, Jedediah.
Yeah.
Where did you kind of come up with that name?
I don't know what inspired that for him, but someone here did name him that. He came in as a stray, so we don't know anything about his background or maybe what his name was before. But he's about 2 years old. We have him as a Dutch Shepherd mix, but I don't know exactly what he's mixed with.
Yeah. What's he mixed with, you know?
He's definitely very outgoing, though, very friendly. He kind of just approaches everyone immediately with a lot of exuberance. He definitely has a lot of energy.
Yeah, some good energy, but not too bad. You know, he's like very lovey. Kind of has like you were saying, like a coyote or like a wolf or something, right? I mean,
right, look at him.
You kind of got that wild look to you, but you're super cute and you're super sweet. I can see it in your, oh, there's something going on over there.
I know, he hears his buddies.
So what do you think would be a good family for?
I think any family that is moderately active, because he is one that he's gonna want to get out every day. He does like to play quite a lot, and I think he would do great in a home with another dog. He's really had fun playing with the dogs here at the shelter, and has a really good time. So I think just anyone who's kind of active, I think he would be fine with kids. And definitely he's done great with other dogs.
Okay, good. Well, if someone wanted to adopt Jedediah, how much would it?
His adoption fee is $75.
All right, your standard fee for you, but that's all good. If you are interested in Jedediah or any of these other awesome animals here at Haven Humane Society, give the number at the bottom of your screen a call, and we will see you next week for another Pet of the Week. By the way, I want to remind you that if you watch and then you kind of forget, oh, what was that number? How I want to know more about that dog. I want to make sure I want to check out the dog. Or if you just missed Coffee with Krueger and you want to check it out, you can do that. So I'm going to take you to the website here, weathernorcal.com, right? There's the home page. There you can see me kind of coming back from, by the way, I know I haven't shaved. It's Friday. I don't shave on Fridays. I don't care how bad I look because I don't shave on the weekends. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just get ready for the weekend. Anyway, so you scroll down, see where it says Animal Family. You'll see a picture of me and Sharon, and there is Timber. All right, but click on that. Then you scroll down, and of course, as you know, Animal Family, and of course, Pet of the Week is sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. There it is. There's Jedediah. There's a little picture of Jedediah. So you just click on it, right? And now we're watching it. So very cool. I just want to let you know that that is an option. Also, if you are a YouTube person and you like YouTube, you can also go to the Weather NorCal YouTube channel. And of course, there is a playlist and it will show you the latest there as well. So be sure to check that out. By the way, I also want to remind you that you can watch on your smart TV. You can watch on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. I ran into someone. I hope you're watching this morning because I told you to watch Coffee with Krueger. I met them at Costco, a nice couple. They said they missed me and they had no idea what I was doing here with Weather NorCal. Here we are almost a year. Can you believe it's almost been a year for those of you that have been watching me since day one? Yes, I've been doing this for that long. But they said they missed me and I gave them my card. I've got this card that I pass out to people that don't know what I'm doing. And they were so excited. And they have an Amazon Fire Stick. I said, hey, great. Download my Weather NorCal app on your Amazon Fire Stick, or if you have a Roku, same thing for there, right? And you can watch the 24-hour streaming channel. And then if you tune in or, activate that app, if you will, or open the app at about 6:30 in the morning, then you're watching a live Coffee with Krueger right now, what we're watching right now. And if you just have a regular old smart TV or even an Apple TV, for example, you on the YouTube app can watch the 24-hour streaming channel. And here's the other cool thing about the YouTube app, even on a regular smart TV, is you can watch not only the 24-hour streaming channel, but you can also go through the library of every other video that I have, whether it's the latest video forecast that I've uploaded to the YouTube channel. You can also watch, the latest recorded version of Coffee with Krueger. You can watch Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. There's all kinds of, just explore it and you'll see all the different things that Weather NorCal has to offer, even outside of the weather, the Ag Report, right? So you can check all those things out. So I encourage you all to check that out and do that. In the meantime, we are going to get ready to get the forecast going because, now we're 3 minutes ahead. So that's pretty cool. So we are going to start off by mentioning our sponsor for Coffee with Krueger, and that would be Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus your favorite slots and table games. So thank you, Wind River. Be sure to thank them if you ever see them out and about or are at their resort or casino and say, hey, watched on Coffee with Krueger or watched you on Weather NorCal in general, and let them know that you're watching. All right, let's go ahead and get you to your forecast now. And we're looking at the radar right now. And this morning, you can see the activity here that is kind of diving down to the south. Now, the area of low pressure itself, you can see the spin. You see how it's kind of just rotating around the area of low pressure. So the center is just to the east of Sacramento. That's moving to the north and east. So as it does that, we'll still be looking on the back side of that, some of the snow flurries in the eastern mountains throughout the morning and even afternoon today. But west of that should be fairly dry. However, there's some cold and unstable air here. You see these showers? That's the cold and unstable air. So as this shifts down to the south, is this area of low pressure, because this is all rotating around the big area of low pressure. It's doing this, right? So as the area of low pressure moves to the east, what's going to happen? These showers progress eastward. So the coast will eventually see some of these showers this morning. But as we take a look at Futurecast here in a second, you'll see why we may see more showers even for the valley and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. It's cold this morning. Make sure you've got something warm to wear because it's cold. I'm going to look out my window. I'm going to see if any of my neighbors have frost. No, it's not going to be frosty. Well, I mean, it might be close. No, you got to get down to the low to mid 30s. It's cold anyway you look at it. You're going to need that warm coat. 30 degrees out in Bernie, 26 degrees in Elters, 30 out in Susanville, 34 for Crescent City. Don't you love it? I can just, from my home studio, look out the window, give a report. Here's what you see. Here's what you get. All right, here's a look at your weather headlines. Cool and unsettled through the weekend. Snow levels slowly rising over the next couple of days. We've got some warmer air moving in. Today, not as cold as it was yesterday. Tomorrow, not as cold as it is today. So temperatures will continue. Now, off and on breezy conditions too over the next couple of days. Nothing major, just a nuisance wind. I've been calling it the last few days because I'm not expecting any, power outages or anything like that. It's just going to be a nuisance. All right, especially for some of the higher elevations. Dry and warmer for next week, and we'll talk about just how much warmer we'll get here in a second. That's the area of low pressure I was talking about. So again, you see that broad rotation around that area of low pressure. So as this moves eastward, all of this snow right here, because this is mainly a lot of snow that will stay in the eastern mountains. But then this colder air and this cold and unstable air is what's going to be moving in overhead throughout the day today. But that low pressure system moves on out. There's the cold and unsettled weather. As that colder air moves out, we see temperatures increase a little bit. But we've got some more cold air coming in from the north, but again, not as cold, and it's staying mainly to our north as we go into the weekend. So yes, temperatures are going to be warmer, but there's still some cold air reinforcing, keeping those temperatures below normal. And then as that shifts eastward and high pressure starts to build in next week, the transition of that is going to give us some gusty winds possibly on Monday, as that jet stream kind of helping to support some of those gusty winds on Monday. But then once that high pressure continues to shift eastward, the winds shift to the east, and we've got calmer winds and warmer weather. Yes, a lot of you have been asking for it. You say, hey, where is that beautiful weather we saw not too long ago? We want that back. Well, ask and you shall receive. You're welcome. No, I didn't deliver it. Mother Nature did. But look at these temperatures. Valley highs will be back in the 80s by the time we get into Tuesday, Wednesday. Above normal temperatures based off of the the Climate Prediction Center. The winter storm warning until 10 o'clock this morning. I saw Friday on there. I'm like, what's today? Today's Friday. Couldn't come too much sooner too. Been quite a week. But there you can see, of course, we do have that cold air. We've got the snow that's going to continue to create problems here. You saw the chain requirements earlier this morning that we're seeing now east of I-5 right now. There's that snow this morning, but see what happens? Again, that rotation around that low pressure. We're still seeing the snow flurries throughout the morning hours and even into the afternoon. Even parts of Siskiyou County can see some of that. But look at this, the clearing skies in the valley. So we're going to see some sunshine. But that's also going to help to destabilize the atmosphere as we see the daytime heating. I mean, we're already seeing the showers moving for the coast, right, through the morning hours. But then as this kind of shifts eastward, look what happens. You see how we're beginning to see some of these showers, maybe, and then I said a thunderstorm, but I wouldn't count on that. Just some passing showers later on this afternoon and evening. Then it clears out. This is going to spell out a cold, cold night again. I think probably somewhere in the upper 30s again. And we could even see some patchy fog in some areas here, especially out towards Trinity County. That's pretty typical. But as we go into tomorrow morning, it's dry for everyone. All right, so let's take you into Saturday through around noon. Still dry. But you see this? This is actually a very weak disturbance that'll move through Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. The coast will see it first. Then eventually, as we get closer to evening hours in the valley, we can see some of those showers kick in. And there you can see as we go into 10 p.m. on Saturday, we're still feeling the impacts of that weak disturbance. So really most of the day on Saturday is dry for everyone. And then late afternoon, early evening, it hits the coast and then eventually the valley as well with some light showers, nothing major. I mean, this could possibly even develop into a thunderstorm, but I don't think it's going to be strong enough for that, just mainly the showers. And then of course you can see the snow again, 2,500 to 3,500 feet. And then again, that continues even into Sunday morning, some leftover snow flurries east of I-5. And then we go into Sunday afternoon, Sunday around noon. See some of those light snow flurries for some of the higher elevations. Nothing major, though. Dry in the valley, mainly dry for the coast. But as we go into Sunday afternoon, again, a pop-up shower here and there, a pop-up snow flurry, dry in the valley, and mainly dry for the coast as well. So Sunday's really when we're starting to wrap things up here, but still just enough instability in some areas for a pop-up shower here and there on Sunday. Below normal precipitation here over the next 10 days or so. And we look at the winds. Yeah, again, this is that nuisance wind I was talking about. We go into this afternoon. I mean, it's nothing major, right? But when you get to that 10 to 15, close to 20 mile an hour range, it's a nuisance. It's not a problem. It's not creating issues. It's just a nuisance, right? And then we see those winds die down Saturday morning. We go into Saturday afternoon. Again, a bit of a nuisance wind coming in later on in the day. Sunday morning, the winds die down for the most part. And then we go into Sunday afternoon. They pick up a little bit, but looks like not quite as strong, although still a little strong off over some of those higher elevations. Your wave heights for today, as you can see it down to about 10 to 11 feet out to sea. And then as we take you into your Saturday, they continue to drop. So that's certainly some good news here if you have to be out on a small boat. Taking a look at your marine forecast for today, northwest winds at about 10 to 20 knots, waves from the northwest at 14 feet at about 12 seconds, and there will be that chance for showers. So no small craft advisories or gale warnings or anything like that. So good news there. All right, temperatures, yeah, again, still on the cool side. but better than it was yesterday, right? We're basically in the upper 40s, low 50s for the valley, more like the mid to upper 50s here for today. Some of us could even touch 60, right? But still looking at those below normal temperatures, and then still cold in the mountains, mainly in the 30s and 40s. And of course, for the coast, low 50s. All right, let's go and take a look at your 7-day outlook for starting off with the valley. And you can see the isolated showers, maybe some showers late in the day Saturday, and I'm expecting dry conditions on Sunday entirely. And then, of course, dry and warmer going into Monday, Tuesday through Thursday. And then, of course, that's the case for Red Bluff and Chico as well. Now, for your North Coast neighborhood, not to mention inland, and for your Trinity County neighborhood, yes. An isolated shower here for today, snow level is 2,500 feet. And then maybe some isolated showers through the day. It starts off for the coast, even inland, but then late in the day, Weaverville could see some of that activity. Still, maybe some isolated activity, especially in the morning on Sunday for the coast, otherwise dry for Trinity County, and then, of course, warming up and drying out for next week. Here's your 7-day outlook for Siskiyou, Modoc, and, of course, the Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecasts. There, of course, you can see for today, a stray shower, a stray snow flurry for everybody. Especially Alturas and Susanville, not as much for Mount Shasta or Siskiyou County in general. And then Saturday, we're seeing some more activity, although I think Susanville, you'll be out of that mix for any kind of rain or snow on Saturday. But then by Sunday, again, maybe some pop-up activity here before it dries out entirely, going into your Monday, Tuesday, and even into your Wednesday of next week. And of course, getting warmer too. Even for the mountains, it's warming up significantly. Instead of the 40s, how about back into the 70s? For those daytime highs. So absolutely gorgeous weather in store for us as we get ourselves into the middle and latter part of next week. We'll certainly take that. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Let's see if there's any new reports coming on in while I was up at the wall. Let's see here. Karen saying 33 degrees and dry in Hayfork. Oof, getting close to freezing over there. Definitely a cold start to the day there, but that's, of course, pretty much typical. Good morning, Mike. Cool and clear in Palo Cedro. Yes, I've got cool and clear. I'm looking outside. Ah, nice. I love having a window that I can look out. And, you know, I can watch my neighbors walk by. They can say hello. But, yeah, so it looks like we have some gorgeous weather in store for us. So, you know what, folks? That should pretty much wrap it up. It's Saturday. No, excuse me. Is it Saturday? I wish. How many of you have kids, teenagers, that are on spring break right now? You know what's crazy is my son Aiden has been off for spring break this whole week. Barely seen the dude. He's been sleeping in. I think he's staying up way too late, number one. But, I mean, he's getting up at like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then, of course, maybe I'm out and about doing stuff. So I've barely even seen him. So whether he likes it or not, I may have to force an activity on with him today to spend some time with him. You know, you all know, many of you that are watching, the time that we have with the kids becomes few and far between, especially as they start getting older. And we got to try to spend time with them. Of course, I've been so busy this week, too, with Weather NorCal. It's been a little difficult to even get out and to do anything with him. So I'm hoping that I can spend some time with him, not only today, but hopefully over the weekend as well, before he goes back to school on Monday. It's going to be, you know, spring break will be over. They're back to school. He's back to track and all that good stuff. So there you go. All right, folks, we have got some beautiful images probably coming in here. Let's take a look at some of the cameras. We're going to leave you with some of those cameras coming on in. This is looking out at Oroville, North Forebay. Gorgeous. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up Coffee with Krueger this morning. Hope you have yourselves a great Friday. Of course, I will not be doing Coffee with Krueger over the weekend. I don't. All right? But you, of course, will see Brian Wilson. He does the weekends for me on Saturday and Sunday. So be sure to check in with him on the latest forecast data coming in over the weekend. I will, of course, be back on Monday, of course, with Coffee with Krueger and your regular weather updates as well. So until then, have yourselves a great Friday and an even better weekend.